Hello, space explorers! Are you ready for a magical night under the stars? September is here, and with it comes a truly enchanting lunar event that you won't want to miss. This month, the night sky is graced by a beautiful full moon with a special name, the corn moon. It's a sight that has inspired wonder for centuries, lighting up fields and hearts alike. The corn moon marks the transition from the warmth of summer to the crispness of autumn. As the leaves begin to change and the air turns cooler, this moon signals the start of the harvest season, a time when nature's bounty is gathered and celebrated. Its name comes from generations of farmers who depended on the bright light of this full moon to work late into the night, harvesting corn and other crops before the chill of fall set in. Imagine fields aglow with moonlight, families working together, and the sense of accomplishment as the harvest is brought in. But this year, the corn moon is even more extraordinary, because it arrives with a lunar eclipse. For a short time, Earth's shadow will sweep across the moon, creating a dramatic and unforgettable sight in the sky. We'll dive into why it's called the corn moon, explore the science behind its silvery glow, and learn how lunar eclipses happen. Plus, I'll show you how to find the best viewing spots and when to catch the moon at its brightest. Whether you're a seasoned stargazer or just starting out, I'll share tips for making your moon-gazing experience truly magical. Bring along a cozy blanket, some hot cocoa, and maybe even a pair of binoculars to get a closer look at the moon's craters and shadows. No matter where you are, surrounded by city lights or out in the peaceful countryside, this celestial event is for everyone. The corn moon shines just as brightly above skyscrapers as it does over open fields. Gather your friends and family, head outside, and make it a night to remember. A sky-watching adventure is the perfect way to connect with nature and each other. This guide will help you make the most of September's full moon, from understanding its history to enjoying its beauty in the present. So let's begin our lunar exploration together. Get ready to be amazed by September's special corn moon. What exactly is a full moon? It's a question that's fascinated people for thousands of years, inspiring stories, legends, and even scientific curiosity. The full moon is one of the most recognizable sights in the night sky, but what makes it appear so perfectly round and bright? It's not a lamp in the sky. The moon reflects sunlight, acting like a giant mirror. The surface of the moon is covered in dust and rock, which bounces sunlight back toward Earth. That's why, even though the moon doesn't make its own light, it can shine so brilliantly on a clear night. As the moon orbits Earth, we see different phases, from crescent to full. These phases are caused by the changing angles between the sun, the Earth, and the moon. Sometimes we see just a sliver, and other times the entire face is illuminated. A full moon happens when Earth is almost directly between the sun and the moon, letting us see the moon's fully lit side. This alignment means the sunlight falls straight onto the side of the moon facing us, making it appear as a glowing, perfect circle in the sky. Imagine standing between a friend with a flashlight, the sun, and another friend, the moon. The light shines fully on their face. This simple demonstration helps us understand why the full moon looks so bright and round from our perspective on Earth. The moon's journey around Earth takes about 29.5 days to complete a full cycle, which is why we see a full moon roughly once a month. This cycle is called a lunar month, and it's been used by ancient civilizations to track time and plan important events. This cosmic alignment happens about every 29.5 days. Calendars in many cultures are based on these lunar cycles, and the full moon often marks the middle of the lunar month. Each full moon has a traditional name, often tied to the season or nature's cycles. For example, the harvest moon signals the time to gather crops, while the wolf moon echoes the howls heard in winter. These names come from cultures around the world, marking time and harvests. From Native American tribes to ancient European farmers, people have looked to the full moon to guide their activities and celebrate special occasions. Over centuries, full moons have been used to predict tides, plan festivals, and even inspire art and poetry. The full moon's influence stretches far beyond science. It's woven into the fabric of human culture. When you look up at the full moon, you're witnessing a beautiful cosmic event that's guided humans for millennia. It's a reminder of our connection to the universe and the rhythms of nature. The science behind it only adds to the wonder. Knowing how and why the full moon appears doesn't take away its magic. It deepens our appreciation for this monthly spectacle. Let's see why September's full moon is called the corn moon, and discover the stories and traditions that make each full moon unique. Why is it called the corn moon? The answer lies in a blend of astronomy, agriculture, and ancient tradition. Each year, as summer fades and the days grow shorter, the appearance of the corn moon marks a turning point in the natural calendar, a signal that the time for harvest has arrived. The name corn moon comes from Native American traditions, especially among tribes in the northeastern United States. For these communities, September was a crucial month. The fields were full, and corn, beans, and squash, the three sisters of native agriculture, were ready to be gathered. The corn moon was a beacon, guiding families and entire villages to work together, ensuring that the bounty of the land was safely stored before the cold months set in. The full moon's bright light was more than just beautiful. It was practical. Before electric lights, farmers depended on the moon to extend their working hours. The corn moon's glow allowed them to harvest late into the night, racing against the coming frost. This extra time was essential for gathering enough food to last through the winter, making the moon a silent partner in the cycle of survival. The Algonquin tribes are most closely associated with the corn moon, but they weren't alone. Across North America, different tribes had their own names for this full moon, each reflecting the crops and traditions of their region. Some called it the barley moon, others the fruit moon, and many recognized it as the harvest moon, a time of gathering, gratitude, and preparation. The harvest moon is the full moon that falls closest to the autumn equinox, which usually happens in late September. Sometimes, the corn moon and the harvest moon are one and the same. Other years, they're separated by a few weeks. This year, September's full moon claims both titles, shining as a symbol of transition from summer's warmth to autumn's golden days. These moon names weren't just poetic, they were practical tools for survival. By tracking the cycles of the moon, people could plan when to plant, when to harvest, and when to prepare for the challenges of winter. The corn moon, in particular, was a reminder that nature's clock was always ticking, and that every season brought its own tasks and rewards. The corn moon is more than a phase in the sky. It's a living link to ancient rhythms of life, connecting sky and earth, past and present. Its light has guided countless generations, shaping the way people lived, worked, and celebrated the changing seasons. Today, we don't need moonlight to bring in the harvest. Tractors and headlights have replaced the glow of the corn moon. Yet when we look up at that luminous orb, we're reminded of a time when the moon's cycle was woven into daily life, a time when every full moon carried a message from the earth itself. The corn moon invites us to pause, to step outside and breathe in the crisp air of early autumn. It's a gentle nudge to appreciate the changing seasons, to notice the leaves turning gold and the fields ready for harvest, and to reflect on the cycles that shape our world. When you see the corn moon, think of the generations who relied on its light, farmers, families, and entire communities who looked to the sky for guidance and hope. Their stories are written in the glow of the moon, echoing through time. The corn moon is a celebration of abundance, tradition, and the enduring connection between people and the land. It's a symbol of gratitude for the harvest and a reminder of the hard work that sustains us all. So as the corn moon rises this year, take a moment to look up and remember the stories it carries. Let's find out when to catch this year's corn moon at its best. When does the corn moon reach its peak? For 2025, it's on Sunday, September 7th. The exact moment is 5:48 p.m. Eastern Time, but the moon won't be visible then, since the sun is still up. Don't worry, the moon will look full for about 3 nights, September 6th, 7th, and 8th. This gives you a whole weekend to enjoy the view. The best time to watch is at moonrise, which happens around sunset. The moon will appear huge and beautiful as it climbs above the horizon. If clouds block your view one night, try again the next. The corn moon is a multi-day event, so you have plenty of chances. Mark your calendar and plan for a magical evening. Next, let's talk about why the full moon peaks when it's still below the horizon. Why does the full moon peak when you can't see it? It's all about cosmic timing. At 5:48 p.m. Eastern, the sun is up in the Americas, so the moon is still below the eastern horizon. As the sun sets, the full moon rises in the east. They're in perfect opposition. The moon's peak is actually visible from the other side of the world, like Europe and Asia. For us, the real show starts at moonrise, just after sunset. The moon will look nearly perfectly full. Your eyes won't notice the tiny difference. Don't stress about the exact minute. The view will be stunning all weekend. Watch for the moonrise on September 7th for the most dramatic effect. The night before and after are just as impressive. Enjoy the corn moon's brilliance all weekend long. This year's corn moon comes with a bonus, a partial lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse happens when Earth's shadow falls on the moon, but only part of the moon will darken this time. Here's the catch. The eclipse happens while the moon is below the horizon for the Americas. Viewers in Europe, Africa, Asia, and Australia will see the eclipse, but will miss it in North and South America. Still, it's exciting to know the eclipse is happening, adding cosmic significance to our corn moon. You can watch live streams or see photos from around the world. Even if we can't see the eclipse, it makes this full moon extra special. Imagine the moon's recent brush with Earth's shadow as you gaze up. For the most magical view, timing is key. The best moment is at moonrise, right around sunset. Check your local time for accuracy. At moonrise, the moon looks enormous and often glows golden or orange thanks to the atmosphere. About an hour after sunset, the sky deepens to twilight blue, making the moon shine brilliantly. This is a perfect time for photos and soaking in the view. Later at night, the moon will be high and bright, casting silvery light and soft shadows. Whether you're an early or late viewer, the corn moon is a spectacle. Plan for moonrise on September 6th, 7th, or 8th for the best experience. Let's make sure the skies are clear for your moon watch. Weather plays a big role in moon gazing. Check the National Weather Service or a reliable app for cloud cover and sky clarity as the date approaches. Early September often brings cooler, drier air, great for clear skies. But weather can change quickly, so stay flexible and pick the clearest night. For the best view, get away from city lights. Light pollution can dull the moon's beauty. Even in cities, the full moon is bright enough to shine through. Find an open spot with a clear view to the east. With a 3-night window, you can choose the best conditions. A little planning means a spectacular view of the corn moon. You don't need fancy gear to enjoy the corn moon, just your eyes. Dress warmly and bring a blanket or chair for comfort. Let your eyes adjust to the dark for 15-20 minutes. Avoid bright screens. If you need a light, use a dim red flashlight to protect your night vision. Binoculars are a bonus. They reveal craters and lunar seas. Take a moment to appreciate the moon's beauty and history. Think of the generations who watched the same moon. Share the experience with friends or family. The corn moon is a reminder of our connection to the cosmos. Happy moon watching!